Guilty, they yelled. Crucify our King, our Savior, once worshipped, now betrayed. Accusations flew. He stood silent. The judgment was cast, led like a lamb to the slaughter, stripped, beaten, mocked, whipped. The cross on his shoulders, pushed up to Golgotha's hill, nails driven through flesh. He hung between two sinners. Jesus, King of the Jews, carrying it all for you and for me. He stayed, held by a choice, held by love. Darkness descended. The price for sin has been paid. Through bloodied lips, he whispered, "It is finished." His body laid to rest, betrayed, denied, and abandoned. The soldiers washed their hands. The cross stands empty. And now we wait for our redemption.
Good evening. My name is Asa Majors. I am the pastor here at First Zion Methodist Church, and we welcome you to this Tenebrae service. This is a service of shadows that reflects the final hours and words of Jesus in his life on this earth. And just again want to welcome you and hope that you will return to celebrate the resurrection with us on Sunday morning. We'll be in this space at 9 o'clock, and then we'll be in our gym for our modern service at 11 o'clock. So you're welcome to one or both of those services. Tonight is a night of anticipation in kind of the hardest way. It's a night that doesn't give us answers to questions. And in our culture, you know, we have these devices in our hands all the time that we can find the question or the answer to any question that we have. And tonight invites us to sit with the questions around the death of Jesus and around our journey with Jesus. So as you hear the beautiful music that's being played, as you hear the scriptures being read, we hope that you will just sit in the questions in a prayerful way and that you will take this journey with us and with Jesus. Let us worship. Would you join with me in our Psalter reading, Psalm 130? Out of the depths I cry to you, O Lord. Lord, hear my voice. If you, O Lord, should mark iniquities, Lord, who could stand? I wait for the Lord. My soul waits. In the Lord's word I hope.
My soul waits for the Lord, more than those who watch for the morning, more than those who watch for the morning.
O Israel, hope in the Lord, for with the Lord there is steadfast love, with the Lord is plenteous redemption.
And the Lord will redeem Israel from all iniquities.
Please join me in this responsive prayer. Is it nothing to you, all you that pass by? Look and see if there is any sorrow like his sorrow. All we like sheep have gone astray. We have turned everyone to his own way, and the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all.
When they had sung a hymn, they went out to the Mount of Olives. Jesus told them,
You will all fall away, for it is written, I will strike the shepherd, and the sheep will be scattered. But after I have risen, I will go ahead of you into Galilee.
Peter declared, Even if all fall away, I will not. Jesus answered,
Truly I tell you, today, yes, tonight, before the rooster crows twice, you yourself will disown me 3 times.
But Peter insisted emphatically, Even if I have to die with you, I will never disown you. And all the others said the same. They went to a place called Gethsemane, and Jesus said to his disciples,
Sit here while I pray.
He took Peter, James, and John along with him and he began to be deeply distressed and troubled.
My soul is overwhelmed with sorrow to the point of death. Stay here and keep watch.
Going a little farther, he fell to the ground and prayed that if possible, the hour might pass from him.
Abba, Father, everything is possible for you. Take this cup from me, yet not what I will, but what you will.
Then he returned to his disciples and found them sleeping. He said to Peter,
Simon, are you asleep? Couldn't you keep watch for 1 hour? Watch and pray so that you will not fall into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak.
Once more he went away and prayed for the same thing. When he came back, he again found them sleeping, because their eyes were heavy. They did not know what to say to him. Returning the third time, he said to them,
Are you still sleeping and resting? Enough, the hour has come. Look, the Son of Man is delivered into the hands of sinners. Rise, let us go. Here comes my betrayer.
Just as he was speaking, Judas, one of the 12, appeared. With him was a crowd armed with swords and clubs, sent from the chief priests, the teachers of the law, and the elders. Now the betrayer had arranged a signal with them.
"The one I kiss is the man. Arrest him and lead him away under guard."
Going at once to Jesus, Judas said,
"Rabbi."
Then Judas kissed him. The men seized Jesus and arrested him. Then one of those standing near drew his sword and struck the servant of the high priest, cutting off his ear. Jesus said,
Am I leading a rebellion that you have come out with swords and clubs to capture me? Every day I was with you, teaching in the temple courts, and you did not arrest me. But the scriptures must be fulfilled.
Then everyone deserted him and fled. They took Jesus to the high priests, and all the chief priests, the elders, and the teachers of the law came together. Peter followed him at a distance, right into the courtyard of the high priest. There he sat with the guards and warmed himself at the fire.
The chief priest and the whole Sanhedrin were looking for evidence against Jesus so that they could put him to death, but they did not find any. Many testified falsely against him, but their statements did not agree. Then some stood and gave this false testimony against him.
We heard him say, I will destroy this temple made with human hands, and in 3 days will build another, not made with hands.
Yet even then their testimony did not agree. Then the high priest stood up before them and asked Jesus, Are you not going to answer? What is this testimony that these men are bringing against you?
But Jesus remained silent and gave no answer. Again the high priest asked him,
Are you the Messiah, the Son of the Blessed One?
I am, and you will see the Son of Man sitting at the right hand of the Mighty One and coming on the clouds of heaven.
The high priest tore his clothes and asked,
Why do we need any more witnesses? You have heard the blasphemy. What do you think?
They all condemned him as worthy of death. Then some began to spit at him. They blindfolded him, struck him with their fists, and said,
Prophesy.
and the guards took him and beat him. While Peter was below in the courtyard, one of the servant girls of the high priest came by. When she saw Peter warming himself, she looked closely at him.
You also were with the Nazarene, Jesus.
But he denied it. I don't know or understand what you're talking about, he said, and went out into the entryway. When the servant girl saw him there, she said again to those standing around,
This fellow is one of them.
Again he denied it. After a little while, those standing near said to Peter, Surely you are one of them, for you are a Galilean.
He began to call down curses, and he swore to them.
I don't know this man you're talking about.
Immediately the rooster crowed the second time. Then Peter remembered the word Jesus had spoken to him.
Before the rooster crows twice, you will disown me 3 times.
And he broke down and wept. Very early in the morning, the chief priests with the elders, the teachers of the law, and the whole Sanhedrin made their plans. So they bound Jesus, led him away, and handed him over to Pilate. Pilate asked him,
"Are you the king of the Jews?"
Jesus did not reply. The chief priests accused him of many things. So again, Pilate asked him,
"Aren't you going to answer? See how many things they are accusing you of."
But Jesus still made no reply, and Pilate was amazed. Now it was the custom at the festival to release a prisoner whom the people requested. A man called Barabbas was in prison with the insurrectionists who had committed murder in the uprising. The crowd came up and asked Pilate to do for them what he usually did.
"Do you want me to release to you the king of the Jews?"
Pilate asked, knowing it was out of self-interest that the chief priests had handed Jesus over to him. But the chief priests stirred up the crowd to have Pilate release Barabbas instead.
"What shall I do then with the one you call the king of the Jews?"
Crucify him.
"Why? What crime has he committed?"
But they shouted all the louder.
Crucify him.
Wanting to satisfy the crowd, Pilate released Barabbas to them. He had Jesus flogged and handed him over to be crucified.
Soul.
The soldiers led Jesus away into the palace and called together the whole company of soldiers. They put a purple robe on him, then twisted together a crown of thorns and set it on him. And they began to call out to him, "Hail, King of the Jews!" Again and again they struck him on the head with a staff and spit on him. Falling on their knees, they paid homage to him. And when they had mocked him, they took off the purple robe and put his own clothes on him. Then they led him out to crucify him.
A certain man from Cyrene, Simon, the father of Alexander and Rufus, was passing by on his way in from the country, and they forced him to carry the cross. They brought Jesus to the place called Golgotha, which means the place of the skull. Then they offered him wine mixed with myrrh, but he did not take it. And they crucified him. Dividing up his clothes, they cast lots to see what each would get. It was 9 a.m. when they crucified him. The written notice of the charge against him read, "The King of the Jews." They crucified 2 rebels with him, one on his right and one on his left. Those who passed by hurled insults at him, shaking their heads and saying,
"So, you who are going to destroy the temple and build it in 3 days, come down from the cross and save yourself."
In the same way, the chief priests and the teachers of the law mocked him among themselves.
He saved others, but he can't save himself. Let this Messiah, this King of Israel, come down now from the cross that we may see and believe.
One of the criminals who were hanged there kept deriding him and saying, "Are you not the Messiah? Save yourself and us." But the other rebuked him, saying,
Do you not fear God, since you are under the same sentence of condemnation? And we indeed have been condemned justly, for we are getting what we deserve for our deeds. But this man has done nothing wrong.
Then he said,
Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom.
Jesus replied,
Truly I tell you, today you will be with me in paradise.
Jesus, our joy.
At noon, darkness came over the whole land until 3 in the afternoon. And at 3 in the afternoon, Jesus cried out in a loud voice,
Eloi, Eloi, lema sabachthani.
which means, my God, why have you forsaken me? When some of those standing near heard this, they said,
Listen, he's calling Elijah.
Someone ran, filled a sponge with wine vinegar, put it on a staff, and offered it to Jesus to drink.
Now leave him alone. Let's see if Elijah comes to take him down.
With a loud cry, Jesus breathed his last. The curtain of the temple was torn in two from top to bottom, and when the centurion who stood there in front of Jesus saw how he died, he said,
Surely this man was the Son of God.